All right, welcome to Three's a Tribe. I'm Adam, published author and poet, and founder of the novel Encounter. This is a podcast where I invite two fellow creatives to chat about their craft, the personal, everything and anything. So I start this podcast the way almost every great conversation begins, each of us breaking the ice with a question for the others. Who's first? You guys just pointed at each other. You know this is an audio thing, right?
I think Tim can go first.
All right, sure.
Oh, there you go, Timmy.
Okay, so I have been given a little card.
You're not meant to mention the card.
I have been given a little card by Adam.
It's A6, it's not that little.
Well, yeah, this is to give us the illusion of spontaneity. So
Which you're ruining right now. You are the absolute worst.
I'm breaking the fourth wall like Deadpool.
So give us the self-introduction, Tim.
Yes, the self-introduction. I shall read it off the card. I am Timothy Lowe. Bracket brief self-introduction.
I hate you so much.
Close. Oh no, yes. I'm Timothy Lowe. Sort of interesting guy with a strange accent and funny hair. And my question to the tribe:
what is your career?
What did you do? What is your profession?
Nobody needs to know about that. No, I do golf commentary for television. I used to be a Fox presenter, professional golfer, and now I'm just a part-time dad as well, which is quite exciting with a 20-month-old little shit running around my house, walking into my furniture and breaking all my expensive things. I'm sorry. My question to the tribe is, if you were going to be a fruit, what fruit would you be and why?
Wow.
Jesus, I did not think that was going to be the question.
I'm sorry, I'm already a bit of rum. I've already had half a glass of rum.
You're supposed to drink only at the cheers when we start the episode.
Yeah,
Timmy.
we haven't. Have we started officially yet?
No, yeah, we started officially,
okay, so
but
we do cheers
there's
now.
we need to wait for everyone ask a question
This
for the tribe.
podcast is off to a fantastic
You have ruined
Yeah,
everything to me.
Good luck editing this, Adam.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
okay, if we were a fruit.
You wanna go first?
No,
Adam?
you first.
Okay.
man.
I think I'll be a banana.
Of course you would be.
Of course you would
Of
be
course I would be,
joking.
I'm a runner. I do loads of marathons and stuff. And I've only recently found that I get bloated quite easily. I don't know why.
Putting the ass in potassium, right?
I think it's age, man. So a banana to help the fiber, help me with the number twos in the toilet.
We asked you what fruit you wanted to be, not what fruit helps you move your bowels the best.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be a banana.
Adam, I apologize. This is off to a terrible start. This will be the only podcast you ever release.
I will be a banana because I help people to have energy and to move your bowels.
I can think of several applications for a banana that
I
give
know.
people energy and help them move their bowels.
I know. Okay, I'm done with my answer.
Okay, that is just sad. Okay.
Self-deprecating.
A moment of silence,
Yeah,
please.
I know.
I'll be an apple because Adam's apple. And yeah, I don't fall far from the tree.
Okay.
Okay, Joakim.
I don't know whose answer was bad now. Was it?
I'm just going to keep drinking.
Oh, you're supposed to drink only after the cheers.
Don't tell me what to do, Mom.
Okay, Joakim, your turn.
All right. I'm Joakim Gomez. Brief self-introduction. I'm a 987 DJ.
You guys not mentioned.
I host. Apparently, I kind of hold a conversation well after the whole banana thing. And my question to the tribe is, if you could be a street or an area here in Singapore, which area or street would that be?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Tim.
Adam Road. Sorry, it's easy for me. I'm just gonna go with Adam Road.
Another name reference.
You're a writer, you say.
Yeah.
You're creative.
/ poet. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to say Club Street. Something vibrant, a little bit different, a little bit dark, mysterious, exciting. Yeah, why not? And there's plenty of alcohol up for grabs at Club Street. So yeah,
That's a good one.
why not?
All right. So my turn. My question would be, what's the number one thing on your bucket list right now?
A Mount Everest base camp trek.
Oh,
I
that's
think
sick.
I've been planning that for 2 years. COVID took that away from me back in 2020 when I felt that I was at peak physical fitness.
Yeah.
So now I got to work towards it. So I'm training. And the podcast
That
founder
was
keeps his
just
phone
very,
on.
very unprofessional. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
So COVID took that away from me, and I felt that back then I was very physically fit, peak fitness, but now I gotta work on it again. So I'm training for the marathon, and hopefully sometime in April or May next year, the Mount Everest base camp track.
Oh, sick. That's a great answer.
2023, that's the hashtag.
That's a great answer.
Oh, I would I would say probably road trip across America.
No way.
Something,
with you or
something
with
crazy
your
like
family?
that. I don't know. It depends on my mood at the time, but just do the Route 66 thing. Get a 1970s something muscle car, top down, playing old school rock music, and just freewheel it through the states. I think that'd be something fun. I've always wanted to do, and whether I take the motley crew along with me is yet to be seen. But yeah, I think that's something nice. Either that or a Euro trip.
Awesome. Welcome to the tribe.
Now we drink.
Now
properly.
we drink. Okay, by the way,
I need
you were supposed
more.
to
I'm
drink,
out already.
You're supposed to only drink now, but here we go. Does anyone have a good toast? Oh yeah, come on, Tim.
Yeah, Tim, you do it.
You're the alcoholic.
I'm trying to remember the one from Troy, which was "May the gods keep the wolves in the hills and the women in our beds."
Okay, there you go. Cheers. Oh God.
Disclaimer: Adam does not drink.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't drink well.
Poor boy.
Adam, it's mostly water. Come on, I know.
Shut up.
How long more do we have for this podcast?
We've got I think about 15 minutes.
This is gonna go really well.
Good luck.
Okay.
On the bright side, Adam, at least Joakim or I could take over after you eventually pass out underneath his desk.
Yeah, you guys are pretty well known for your hosting stuff.
Voice.
For remembering to turn off our phones when we're recording.
Shut up.
Oh, look at you. Second sip already.
Oh God.
Yet the same expression
The face,
crosses
though.
your face.
Actually, I actually want to bring up the fact that before every episode, I wanted to ask every single guest to bring their tell me what their favorite drink is, so I could prepare it for them. Joakim asked for an iced water, and Timmy brought his own rum.
As you do.
Yeah.
It was actually my golf bag because one must always be prepared. Yeah.
I was gonna ask for oolong tea, but then I realized coming here at night, I'll probably have had 2 bottles already, so maybe not too much tea.
That's
So,
fair.
Ice water is fair enough, I think.
You were saying that your sleep schedules have all been messed up since you moved to the morning show, right?
Yeah, man. Like 4:45 a.m. on the daily.
You what?
Wake up at 4:45 a.m. on the daily. But after 7 years of being a nocturnal,
Yeah.
I think it does things to you. It does things to your body. And being like a chronic overthinker,
Yeah.
when I sleep, I try to sleep at 9:30 or 10. I don't sleep till 1 or 12:30.
What do you do in those 3 hours then?
Overthink. I don't know. I think about life. I think about tomorrow's content. I think about the radio logs. I think about, what's my next gig gonna be? Or how many likes did this post get? How many TikTok videos do I need to do for the entire week? You know,
Right,
it's-
right.
It's those things. I think about life. I think about where I'm going in the next 5 years. So many things. Yeah.
I actually think that's quite interesting because, again, like Joakim and I were discussing on the way over here to the studio, that as freelancers or as people in this industry, you're just never in a happy place. If you're slammed,
Fuck yeah.
yeah. If you are slammed with work, you sit there and you go, oh Christ, I just need a break.
And when
Give
you're
me a
free-
break. And when you're free, you sit there and you go, my God, I should be doing something. What if I'm not getting any more gigs? What if
Yeah.
I'm not going to get any more projects? This could be the end. I might have to find another job. And I think that's the stuff that keeps us up at night, because similar to you, I mean, my sleep schedule has been fucked since days at Fox, where I would have,
Please no swearing on this
would have-
podcast. This
well,
is for children.
well, fuck you, Cap.
No, I'm sorry.
Fornicate in that direction. No, so from my days at Fox, when we used to have 4 weeks in a row doing 4 events in 4 different time zones, I would be in the studio at 2:00 in the morning one day. I'd be in there at 5 p.m. and out at 3 a.m. one day, and I'd have a normal time zone. And to the point that my entire body clock was so wrecked, I distinctly remember, I think it was my first year at Fox, after a 4 week stretch or 4 or 5 week stretch just like that, there was a time when I had a couple of days off and I'm up at 3:00 in the morning, wide awake, thinking, I'm hungry. Why am I hungry? Whose time zone am I on? But I think that, coupled with the constant worrying about when's the next paycheck going to come? Am I working myself too hard? Am I not working enough? That keeps you up. That keeps us up at night. And I think
same here. Yeah.
I think sleep is a luxury that we never knew we enjoyed until we got to this point in our lives. And the fact that I have a 20-month-old child kicking me in the face every 20 minutes.
Actually, that makes me want to ask you, now the fact that you are married with a kid, does that bring on the stress, or does it alleviate a little bit knowing that you've got your little team with you?
I think it helps that I've got a very supportive wife.
She's amazing.
Which
Shout
really
out
helps. Tanya is the best. I did text Joakim. I think it was just after my first date, and I said, "Holy shit! I think I found the one."
You texted him too?
Yeah.
I texted 4 people. 3 of them replied immediately. The best friend was utterly useless and replied me a week later.
Shout out Ben King.
Shout out Ben
King. We'll dive down that rabbit hole later on. But yeah, I mean she's super supportive, and I think I would not be able to do what I do now without her, because the nature of our job, as Joakim and I just talked about, it's the fact that you take whatever gigs you can because you never know when that's going to dry up. And she's okay with me traveling 20, 25 weeks a year while she manages her day job and the baby and the house. And if she had not been okay with that, I would have been okay to say, all right, maybe I'll take a step back. I'll go find something else to do. But I think because I have a good support system, that allows me to sort of freewheel it and just say yes to everything. Although having said that, I'm rather glad I'm not in Delhi this week, because I was supposed to do a gig which would have required me staying there for 9 days over Diwali, spend 2 days home, and then 2 weeks overseas. So in a way, I'm kind of glad that things work out the way they do.
Where are you going to next?
I go to Morocco on Monday, so I go to Casablanca and then Cairo, which sounds very romantic and exciting.
But it's not.
But it's just going to be a work trip. I hope I get to go see the pyramids, but hey, I don't know.
How often do you travel though, Joakim?
Actually, I might try, or rather I try to take a once-a-year trip somewhere.
Like a solo trip?
A solo trip, or if I have a partner, so I might go with her. The last time I traveled was for my sabbatical in January and February of 2022.
Yeah.
For like a month. I was in the UK and then I was in Germany. Very, very interesting trip. Was a very nice, refreshing trip. So, and then I told myself, okay, I'm done with traveling for the year. And then this gig with Shivers came in, where we went to Old Trafford and I actually played on the pitch of Old Trafford.
Oh, that's sick.
That was a...
And you're a huge Man U fan, right?
that was a wow moment for me. And then, okay, no more traveling this year, but I'm saving it for next year, where I have a wedding in Phuket to attend. And then it's either the Mount Everest base camp trip or New Zealand for the first time.
I've actually wanted to ask you this because I see your IG, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many clicks are you in? Okay, so basically you're doing this whole thing where you want to run 2022 km this year. How far in are you?
The moment of this recording, I'm 1,344 km in. Yeah.
So which means you need to do about 1,000 km in 3 months.
No, not 1,000. Maybe close to 700 around there, around 700.
That's still a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. So I'm trying to complete 2,022 km by this year because of the year and all that. So I go by year. It's a good motivation. I didn't hit my target last year or the year before, but it still keeps me going.
Oh wait, so you tried doing this like last year as well?
In 2020, I tried. Didn't really work. Hit like 900 km only.
It's still amazing though.
Last year I hit about 1,001, but I think this year I'm on target to at least hit 1,008 or 1,009. Yeah.
I haven't run 900 kilometers in my life.
I was gonna say. How do you guys know each other, by the way?
Oh gosh, actually. Oh no, wait. I remember this. So back when during Fox days, a really good friend of mine and co-presenter at Fox, Nikki Mueller, was in a musical called Hot Pants. And she said, do you want to come along and watch the show? And I said, yeah, of course, I'd love to support it. And I think it was a stellar cast, if I remember, because there was Cheryl Tan, Kim was in that as well, Ebi Shankara, and Joakim was there. And then after that, the cast and absent best friend Ben was there, and we and we all went out for
chicken rice.
It wasn't chicken rice. It was like some za'atar thingy around the back of, was it chicken rice? It was something, but we sat around there, and that was the first time I met Joakim. But for the life of me, I'm really good with musicals. I've always been a Broadway baby, but I cannot remember a single song from Hot Pants, because every time I think of Hot Pants, I think of Jimmy Fallon's Tight Pants song that he used to play on his show. And
I'm not familiar.
It just gets stuck in my head. But yeah, that was the first time I met Joakim, and then we kept in touch and we sort of vibed really well. And yeah, the rest is history.
I've known you for, I can't remember, God knows how long. You're just staring at me strangely right now.
You can't claim you being drunk because you just
I've had
don't
3
drink.
sips and I've smelled it from afar. So that's case in point. And
That describes
full
some of
stop.
the friends that we have. But yes. No, I think we've known each other for, 10 years?
10 plus years.
I want to
at
say...
a wedding.
At a wedding, and then subsequently there was gambling involved, and there's always gambling involved.
There's always gambling involved.
Poker.
Yes, I agree, poker.
And then here we are.
Do you think that you've changed? You guys have changed much over over these years, particularly with Timmy, because all this time that I've known you've always kind of stayed the same tethered spirit, which is strange for someone who's just so how do I say this, rambunctious as an individual. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
Wow,
right.
what a
Flex.
word. Rambunctious.
The flex.
That's why he's
All
a writer, Joakim. And
Yeah,
we just
no-
use small, simple words like coming up next.
Established author.
Published author.
Published author, yes,
Published
there you go.
author.
Yeah, so I mean, so I've seen the way that you've actually grown as a person, and I kind of feel that, like what you said just now about Tanya, she's actually tethered you a fair bit, but you've always managed to stay a free spirit.
I think it's just because of all the hair bleach that I've used through the years. It seeps into my skull, and it's sort of probably warped my brain a bit. No, I think I've always tried to be true to myself from the time that I was a kid. I thank my mother. My father passed on really young. I turned 25 years ago now. Mom always kept me really grounded, and the story I always go back to is I think I was in primary 4 or 5, and I've always sounded like this. People meet me and they go, "Oh, were you educated locally? Are your parents local?" I go, "Yeah, I went to a local school."
That's my first question about you, actually.
Yeah, and I always go, "No, everything about me is so totally Singaporean, but I sound like this for some strange reason." And then when I was 10 or 11, I was teased in school for having at that time, and it still gives me the shits when I say this word. Joakim, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, have a joke in, why not?
When you go, why you slang? Why you slang? You always slang. And I remember I got really upset by that, and I went back to my mom one day and I said,
Mother,
mother,
I am upset.
mother, why do I not sound like the
I
other
feel
plebeian children
I
in my
feel
class?
chagrined.
Yeah, I am flabbergasted at their ignorance. No, so I asked her, I said, like, genuinely, is there something wrong with me? And she said, no, you were just raised to speak English as it was spoken. And that's just going to be your USP, your unique selling point. And there's no reason to be afraid and ashamed of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And, you just own it. And I think there was that Tyrion Lannister quote from Game of Thrones, which was, you wear it like armor, and then nothing can ever hurt you, right? I mean, I'm not a bastard, but but in the context of the accent,
beautiful moment,
I tend to do that quite often. But yeah, then I remember I was reflecting on that a couple of years later on, and I said, yeah, they made fun of me, but I owned up to it. I owned the fact that I just sound like this, and basically what was the fuel and what was the avenue for people to mock me as a kid is now the reason why I'm allowed to have the lifestyle that I have. My voice, the sort of fact that I've got a generally neutral accent, and it's allowed me to build a career for myself. And I thank my mother for keeping me grounded in that sense, to just go, hey, look, this is you, it's fine. But truth be told, I think I sound like this because I watched a lot of Blackadder as a child.
Of course you did.
Yeah, I didn't watch Phua Chu Kang. Not that I want to throw any shade on the stuff that Gurmit's done through the years, but I watched a lot of BBC as a kid. So I watched a lot of Blackadder, Faulty Towers, Monty Python, Mind Your Language, stuff like that.
Mind your language, man.
Mind your language,
Mind
Mr.
language is
Brown.
good.
I'm pretty sure if it existed in this time.
Cancelled.
It would be cancelled.
Same as The Office. Same as The Office.
But you think about it, like, the cast members know what they're in for.
Absolutely.
And the script is based on the affectionate stereotype.
Yeah.
And we are all laughing at ourselves. So will it be cancelled, or will it be maybe a very high rating by IMDb?
Actually, Steve Carell was saying that if The Office was made right now, it would be cancelled like instantly, simply because of the way that things are right now.
But that's also something that really gets my goat about the whole cancel culture these days. The quote that I always go back to when it comes to stuff like that is Jimmy Carr, the comedian Jimmy Carr,
I love
who
him.
says, offense is taken, not given. And I think that's something that I hold very near and dear to my heart, because, hey, look, we should be allowed to say whatever you want, whatever we want. But if you choose to take offense to it, that's all on you. I mean, you could call me whatever you want, but you're my friend and I take it. That's okay. I hate the fact that people have to tiptoe around offending any number of groups of people.
Yeah,
these
absolutely.
days.
That's the way things are these days.
It pisses me off.
Yeah.
Would Friends be cancelled?
Because
It had Jennifer Aniston. Why would they cancel Jennifer Aniston?
The only thing I can think about is that there were no African Americans until season 9, and no genuinely openly gay people.
Wasn't the coffee shop owner? Well, no.
No, he was in love with Rachel. Yeah, he was in love
but
with
he came
Rachel.
across a bit flamboyant.
Yeah.
As a person.
So I just get quite scared about it, especially after the post Will Smith slap thing.
Yeah,
It's just that
yeah.
When are we allowed to really speak our mind? And with you guys, when you guys spend so much time ad-libbing as like hosts and everything, do you guys ever worry that you slip up? And I'm not just talking about saying the F word accidentally.
Yeah.
Do you ever worry about?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the time. And I mean, to combine the previous question about 10 years as a growth as in person.
Yeah.
I think I've become a little bit less insecure as a person. I think I
That's
found
good.
my self-esteem. And it's strange because exactly 10 years ago, I entered what was the most emotionally abusive relationship in my life. Like,
Is it a romantic relationship?
yeah,
or-
romantic one. And wow, it was painful because I think I normalized a couple of things growing up. And when that happened to me, I went, it's normal. But I realized it wasn't. I didn't see it until, one person says it to you, you might think, it's just an opinion, I don't care.
Yeah.
But tens of people are telling me, hey, it's not normal. This is weird. This is a red flag. And I went, oh, okay. So I think I was a really broken person back in 2012, 2013. And the next 9 years or so were me just climbing back up the mountain, climbing back up this hill called life and finding my footing again. And now I'm very happy where I am. So I think that's my growth in the last 10 years. And as a host and presenter, it actually came through. Like, if I listened to myself back in 2014 or 2013, I would hear a very unsure person. But now if I listen to myself, I went, hey, this guy, I mean, yeah, I do stutter and stammer here and there, but at least I sound a bit more confident.
Yeah.
And I think the self-esteem goes through. Yeah.
So do you think that it was mainly because of that incident or more about other things that happened to you over the years?
I think it was mainly because of that incident, how sometimes emotional abuse can really break you as a person. It makes you question your existence. It makes you question so many things in your life, right? But I think once I found my confidence, once I found my purpose, in the words of Agent Smith,
Joakim just did quotation marks. Just
it's purpose that drives us. I'm just kidding. No. Once I found that, I think I became a little bit more confident, and I realized, like, hey, I'm fine on my own. I'm fine as the person I am. I should own up to what I am and be proud of it.
Oh, can I ask if it's not too much, like if it's not too personal, like what exactly do you mean by emotional abuse? Because I've been in one of those before too.
It's one of those situations where you are just attacked for even existing. Like the things that you did in the past, that person just attacks you for it. Or he or she might build on your flaws or your shortcomings to make themselves feel better.
That's the worst.
And I gave in to that. I went, oh yeah, okay, yes, you're a great person, I'm a shit person. But then I realized, hey, you're battering me for my mistakes that I did in the past, which I'm truly sorry about as a person. And I want to move on from that, but you're not allowing me to. Because like we could spend the first half of the day being so happy together. And the next half she goes, oh, you did this. And I was like, wow, okay. And she brings up something I did 7 years before I met her.
That's kind of unreasonable.
Yeah, and I think it was my mistake where I opened up a bit too fast without identifying red flags about this person first.
Oh, and she used it against you.
Used it against me. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm not perfect here. I have my flaws.
None
too.
of us are, yeah.
But I think to do that to a person, I think it makes you quite a shit person if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys don't talk anymore, do you?
No, thank God. No.
Good.
Like,
Okay.
I don't wish death or anything upon anyone, but this one particular person, I might make a consideration, but I still don't wish death on anyone. So yeah.
Timmy just left the room. And he's starting his car, and
No, I'm just thinking about past relationships, and I had a knack for always finding lesbians. So
Okay, to be fair,
yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is bringing up a lot of scar tissue.
You want to
for
share,
me.
brother?
let's not delve in too deep.
I think I got used to it by the fourth one, where she would go, sweetie, I don't think it's working. I'm gonna go. I like Mel, and I go, oh, Melvin's great. They're like, no, Melissa, and I go, again, and yeah, no, but I think happily for me, having now found the right one, I know it's gonna sound so cliche and so uninspired, but it is true. When you spend time in the room, when you meet the right person, there is that connection, there is that click, there is that universal moment that says, nope, she's the one. Don't fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all the previous girlfriends I had to go through to get to her prepared me for the person I needed to be when I eventually met my wife. And the same goes for her. You know, all her previous boyfriends that shaped her in the way that eventually when she ended up in front of me made her the perfect person for me. So without trying to take this too zen and philosophical and deep, I think everything happens for a reason, right?
It does.
Yeah. And this is just the dad in me talking now. I'm rehearsing this for Tristan's first breakup.
I've never really known you as much of a philosophical person until I started asking you about relationship advice.
Who knew the guy who dated 4 lesbians was going to be the one to offer sage?
I was wondering about the same thing. Actually.
We went there.
What are your red flags actually for you guys? Minus the emotional abuse thing, of course.
I think simple red flags is how you treat people who can't do much for you. I think I observe how you treat service staff a lot.
Oh yeah, service staff is one for sure.
I think I observe how you treat the elderly a lot. How you speak to your parents. I think that's very telling already.
Yeah.
So I try to observe very closely how these things happen. Another red flag. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with being late. Sorry, I know I'm a bit of a punctual person.
I am too.
Unless I have something on and like if it's overrunning, I text him or her saying, "Hey guys, I'm very sorry."
You texted me that you'll be 5 minutes late.
There you go.
Which is strange.
I texted you that I'd be 15 minutes early, Joakim, and then we called Adam 20 minutes after that and said, "Oh, I think we'll be a bit late." I think I echo exactly what Joakim said. I think how you treat people is a reflection on how you're brought up and the values that you hold. So for me, it's always how did I know that she was the one? The fact that I think on our third date, we ended up at my place having chili crab. And she sat there and watched a football game with my Manchester United fan grandmother who Joakim adores.
I love
she's awesome.
Yeah, sat there, they drank whiskey, they hung out, and I thought, yeah, nope, she's the one. And I remember after I sent her home and I got back to my place and I asked, and grandma's watching the late game, and I said, "What do you think of her?" And she's like, "Yeah, I like her, boy. I think she's cool." And I also like the fact that she doesn't support Chelsea because I never would have let you date a Chelsea girl. So I think how you treat people is the most important thing for me, and that is the immediate indicative red flag.
Just fair. Let's have a moment of silence for that.
For Chelsea?
Chelsea, yeah, that's why.
No, I just can't get over the fact that in the background you can kind of hear it raining a little bit, and it makes me happy.
It's very ASMR.
Yes, it's ASMR.
Yeah, you haven't touched your rum since we.
I have touched my. Yeah, there you go.
He's 3 sips in.
All right,
that's an achievement.
Okay, Joakim, one more toast. One more toast.
Cheers.
Yeah. No, just
Joakim and I need top ups
Just me and you. Just me and you.
Yeah. Say a toast though.
Oh, to the tribe.
There you go. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, cheers.
Another.
Fuck me.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Is the rum gone?
There's always rum. I've got 3 more bottles in my car.
Why do I feel like I've drank this bottle when you opened it? That's my question. Or do you have a lot of these at home?
I have a lot of these.
Oh, okay, there you go.
guys
There
see
you go.
Diplomatico. Yes, if anyone's wondering, it's Diplomatico. I get it from a brilliant friend of mine called Clinton Hung, who has a wonderful business called Cornerstone Wines. They moved from a B2B business to a B2C, and I just go there, and it's a cash and carry thing. And I just go, "How many bottles of Diplo do you have?" He says, "I've got 24." And I went, "Right, I'll take all 24, please.
Wow.
So yeah, it's lovely. And I think it's one of the easier rums to drink. This and Ron Zacapa are my standard go-tos. Whiskey is nice if you want to be classy. Rum is good if you want to be a pirate.
I love whiskey.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
whiskey.
Well, you did one of your solo trips to Scotland, right?
Two trips to Scotland.
Two trips, and you ran a lot in like 2-degree weather as well, you crazy tit.
One in 2018, one in 2022 this year. And the one in 2018, I went to the one at Oban, the whiskey distillery.
Oban, yeah.
The other one, I went to Talisker. Isle of Skye itself, that was beautiful, man. Isle of Skye was beautiful. You look quiet. Why?
How do you look quiet?
Because I've never been to Scotland.
Me too. I've never been. I've heard it's the
Okay.
most beautiful place.
Maybe for
I've never
you,
been.
Oh, God.
for you, understandable, but for this whiskey lover, over
Absolutely,
here, I'm
yeah.
shocked. I'm appalled.
Because I don't know if you know,
You hear
Joakim,
Joakim's appalled.
people from Scotland send their whiskey to Singapore. I don't have to go there to get my own whiskey.
So cheap.
But the R.
It's
Timothy.
the air, the
I'm sorry, was that a
views.
Scottish accent
It's
or are
meant
you
to be
having a
Scottish.
stroke?
It's meant to be a Scottish accent.
Okay, right. Well done, Adam. Stick to writing. It carries better through words on a page.
But you need to go, man. The
I will. At
views,
some point, I will.
The castles, the medieval times, the history, Isle of Skye. Isle of Skye, it's a sight to behold itself, man.
I see the fear in Adam's eyes going, fuck, if Tim gets 50 yards from a castle, he's going to try to buy it. He's going to get a feathery hat. You'll have to call him Lord Tim. And yeah, actually, I will go to Scotland. That sounds like an excellent idea. Can you start looking at...
I'm Googling Isle of Skye right now,
at
actually.
prices. Have you never seen pictures of the Isle of Skye?
No, I'm not.
Isle of Skye is a 7-hour drive from Edinburgh with a 1-hour lunch.
Oh, I
break.
love Edinburgh.
Edinburgh is beautiful, and then you do like an entire round.
Wow.
It's about 2.5 hours, and with the rain and with the sunshine,
pretty.
I had every single weather Scotland had to offer. And the winds that I suffered in Scotland back in January of this year, it blew over to Amsterdam, and that's why I had a 6-hour flight delay at Edinburgh Airport.
Actually, I've got a terrific story about Amsterdam. So we had an 8-hour layover on the way up to Ireland in 2019. We went for my brother-in-law's graduation, and we went to take our wedding, our pre-wedding pictures, as you do as Singaporeans, because Tanya and I are big Game of Thrones fans. So we went up and said, since we're going to be in Belfast, let's go to a couple of the locations. So we went to Amsterdam, and my mother and my grandmother were there. Same Manchester United loving grandmother. So we wander out, and grandma had just lost grandpa 3 years before.
I'm sorry.
And she was, I think it was her second trip abroad without him. But, you know, she's a trooper and she was carrying on. I remember we landed at Schiphol Airport, right? Schiphol.
You were almost there.
Schiphol. I'm gonna get there soon. We got there, and then she whispered to me in this really cute sort of Asian grandmother way. She goes, "Weed is legal here, right?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Oh, but I haven't smoked in years." I go, "It's okay. You know, they do like space cakes and stuff. They do the muffins." So we wander up to a coffee shop and we order one of those wheat brownies, the massive muffins, and you're supposed to share them, right? So Mum, my wife, and I go up for a cigarette because it's really weird. You can smoke weed inside the coffee shop,
Yeah.
but then you have to go outside to smoke a cigarette, which is still
The
kind
smell,
of bizarre.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know, but we stepped out and we came back in, and the entire fucking muffin was gone.
Was she chugging it like a pelican?
And Grandma thought it was a genuine chocolate muffin. I remember it was called the Dolphin Cafe in Amsterdam, and we sort of looked at her with this horror, going, "Where'd the muffin go?" And she goes, "Oh, it was quite nice. It wasn't very sweet, but." Oh fuck! we need to get you out of here now. And she goes, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" We're like, that had marijuana in it. And she's going, "Oh no!" And so we made it almost back to the airport for our layover before she started going, "Oh, it feels lovely. It's like I'm floating." This was day one with my fiance.
Why do you make her sound like Julia Childs?
I don't know, because every old lady sounds like Julia Childs in my mind. But yeah, I mean, I remember Grandma deleted an entire space cake, and then when we stopped back in Amsterdam on the way back, we had another space cake, and then that completely passed her out. So we got her back to the hotel just as it was starting to kick in, and
Cute.
I remember Tanya being the dutiful, wonderful mother to be that she mother that she is now, going, "Oh, should we like stay with Mama in the hotel? Should we just get like food over here?" And my mom just looks at me and goes, "Nope, there's a casino 10-minute walk from here. We're gonna go there. She'll be out till the morning. Let's go." So the three of us wandered over there, and I sat there playing €10 blackjack because Tanya said that, hey, every time you get a blackjack, they give you a coupon for a lucky draw for Tomorrowland tickets, and I want to go to Tomorrowland again. So we sat there for 6.5 hours and gambled while my grandmother sat passed out in our hotel room after having another space cake.
Did you win those tickets though?
I won money, but not the tickets. So I will have to take Tanya there at some point. Although she has said when we're planning for number 2, she has said we need to plan this correctly because she doesn't want to be that pregnant woman at Tomorrowland. So I can't believe the lineage, the continuation of my line will have to revolve around Tomorrowland. Yeah. But yes, that is the woman I married, and I'm proud to say that is the cross I will bear.
It's a worthy cause.
It is. It is indeed.
I want to go for at least one Tomorrowland.
Can you take my wife? Because I don't think I'm going to enjoy that very much.
Honestly, I'd love to go too because I don't really like the douche kind of things, but the effort they put into every single experience seems unnatural.
I'm told there are candle making workshops.
Yes, there's everything. There's everything. The staging is perfect, the music, the tents, the housing, and then another festival I want to check out is either Glastonbury or Burning Man.
I would do Burning Man because of its close proximity to Vegas.
I could not do Burning Man.
Yes, you could, Adam.
I heard it's
Why
just
not?
okay, so basically this is a whole euphoric experience, right? Yeah. But I just am never that good with the wild. Which is strange.
I'm sorry, what? You are never that good with the wild?
The wild, Timmy. That's why I don't like you.
It's in the middle of the fucking desert.
Like, you make it sound like jungle camp or something.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, the whole thing is that you need to you be completely nude or something and then walking around looking for food.
No. You're thinking of Corsica in France, the nudist island.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, so what's Burning Man again?
No, Burning Man is... They're giving you the whole human experience away from currency known as money, like cash. So you trade. Like, for example, if I have 4 bottles of water, you have a piece of roast chicken. I offer you 2 bottles for that roast chicken.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And there's music and stuff like that.
What can you bring with you?
Whatever you want to bring, I think. Clothes, shoes.
So you can literally just bring in like 20 bars of chocolate.
If you want to, things to trade with. If I'm not wrong, and there's music, and then
that's so
there's
cool.
Like a whole yoga. There's a check in with your chakra experience.
I'm sorry, this barter trade experience reminds me of like BMT, where you start like trading shit. You know, if you've got like extra toilet roll, or you manage to smuggle Oreos in, or extra Nokia batteries, you were God, and you could go. You do my laundry for a week. I'll give you an extra battery or a cigarette, right?
Yeah.
What would you guys bring with you to Burning Man? Oh my God,
rum.
Oh God, you can't just be a bottle of rum, Timmy.
I would need nothing.
I just sit there naked.
This is
the whole time.
This is really random, but I think I'll bring my old running jerseys and running shoes, which I mean, if you run with them, it's more or less gone. But if you walk with them, it's still okay. I think I might bring those over and just trade it with people for like, I don't know,
your old jerseys,
like the running singlets and running jerseys, because I do have a lot of them.
Joakim, I said rum, not run.
No, but to bring to trade, bring to at Burning Man festival.
Why don't you guys bring food? I would bring food.
Yeah, I'd rather trade for food.
But it would fuck up my chakra alignment.
Oh my God! Actually, you know what I'll do? I think I might bring like 20 packs of cigarettes and just make people, because like everyone wants to smoke, right? They just trade it for like...
And no one would need a lighter because everything's on fire.
Absolutely. It's burning, man.
That's on the last day.
Oh,
The last day they burn everything, and that's what they call it.
Wait. So why are you trading for stuff?
You trade and all that to like survive in the desert with the music performances and all that. And then on the last day, they take the trash or whatever, and they have this effigy of a man in like hay and straw, and they burn it.
Sorry, I'm thinking of Nicolas Cage in Wicker Man.
I was thinking the same thing.
Sounds very dark, and I do not want to be a part of this. But yeah, no, genuinely, I think Burning Man would be quite fun. The other one I think would be quite good is Wonder Fruit, because apparently...
Yes, I heard that one too.
Apparently, Hugo Boss is quite involved with Wonder Fruit this year.
Timmy's sponsored by Hugo Boss. He's wearing a t-shirt right now.
He's wearing a Boss t-shirt.
No, so we sat in a meeting one time, and yes, disclaimer, I do work for Hugo Boss as well. But but they did say, hey, Tim, we're doing Wonder Fruit this year. Would you like to come? And I remember the sort of glazed over look I had going... what the fuck is wonder fruit? But apparently it's quite brilliant. And Tanya's trying to push me on that idea, but I don't think it's very 2-year-old friendly. Not me, the child.
No. I think people who are privy to festivals would say wonder fruit is like Tomorrowland or Burning Man light.
Oh, so you go to Wonder Fruit first and then you go to those.
Wonder Fruit is like a good training ground for you to, see how you're like in these kind of settings. And then you go, if you say like, hey, I survived Wonder Fruit, I think Tomorrowland is my next challenge. Then you go for it. Unless you do Tomorrowland first, and then if you go to Wonder Fruit, hopefully you won't be as disappointed.
Okay, Joakim, for you're only allowed to do one thing before you die. Wonder Fruit or Mount Everest Base Camp?
Mount Everest Base Camp.
Oh, wait, sorry. Tomorrowland or...
I would do Mount Everest Base Camp if I had to choose between Wonder Fruit and that.
Tomorrowland or Wonder Fruit?
Yeah. No, wait. Tomorrowland or Mount Everest?
Oh, tough. Okay. Given how there's that USP, it's unique because I think Tomorrowland is more accessible. I think I'll do Mount Everest Base Camp trap. I think that takes more discipline. That takes more willpower to do it.
Yeah.
And not many can say, hey, I've climbed to the base camp and survived it, as compared to, hey, I've been to Tomorrowland and survived that one. I think anybody can survive Tomorrowland. Mount Everest Base Camp trek, I'm not too sure.
How long would you have to trek to get to the base camp?
Apparently it's a 2-week trek. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So you get to the base camp on day 11. Then you make your way down, and then if you want to explore Kathmandu or the rest of Nepal, you can do so.
Do you have anything similar that you want to do, like Timbo?
What, like climb a really high fucking mountain where
Something
some people
like
die?
fucking that, Timbo.
No, I have no ambition to go to Mount Everest, but I think exploring Kathmandu does sound quite exciting. I think I've always liked the romantic idea of what Joakim does of going somewhere new, exploring it by yourself, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
Either.
I'm too much of a princess when it comes to traveling.
What kind of a traveler are you? Because
Annoying.
When
I beg your pardon, sir.
When I go overseas, I try not to take Ubers or
You want to feel the environment.
I take the trains, I take the buses, or I walk. Like if it's 5-degree weather and you tell me I'm in London, walk from Victoria to Leicester Square, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's like a 4 km walk and I'll do it.
Yeah, honey, I am not that kind.
I am really not the kind of guy either.
Although funny enough, okay, so I will say I do enjoy walking.
Me too.
Right?
I love walking.
I mean, I'm a golfer. Fuck, I walk a lot. But we did cover a lot of ground on foot when we were in London. The wife and I, before I had a work gig up in Newcastle, and then we did a lot of Paris on foot as well. But
Paris,
where I could tell Marie to hurry up with the fucking baguettes. Yes, I'm a big Disney fan. Sorry,
we know.
Points to you if you got that. No, I like walking, but I can't do the trains and buses. I'm too much of a guy that goes, look, I have
this much time here.
I have this much time.
Yeah.
Get me in a car, get me to this thing so I can see it, and then get me back to my hotel.
I'm right there with you.
I'm not the kind of guy to enjoy the 14-hour bus journey across Thailand or wherever to take in the experience of. No, get me on a plane, fly me there, and I will enjoy it. I'm not going to go glamping or camping. Put me in a hotel, I'm going to go enjoy myself, and then I'm going to come back to my hotel with the bar and my nice cold glass of whiskey at the end of the day. I can't do that. I have mad respect for the people that can. I watch those travel vlogs that with people in the capsule hotels, trekking solo through Japan, really enjoying it. I live vicariously through them. But if I'm there, I'm going to put up in the Four Seasons in Tokyo. I'm going to get my own little
princess.
I am an absolute princess. I apologize.
I was more of an Airbnb person, to be honest with you.
Same here.
And then,
I would do.
Airbnb is fine.
No, but then when I took my sabbatical earlier in the year of 2022, my mom was like, can you please stay in a hotel and not Airbnb?
No.
I said, okay, fine, to just allay her worries about COVID-19 and all that, right? So yeah, I stayed in hotels, like the 3.5, 4 stars one. Actually, I realized it's almost the same price as an Airbnb.
But it's worse.
No, it's better actually. The breakfast was quite nice.
I was going to say, I'd rather stay in an Airbnb than a crap hotel.
Same.
Okay,
Absolutely.
right. I agree.
Because when I played golf professionally, you are trying to shoestring your budget as much as possible. I mean, obviously you have to fly there because you've got your golf clubs and all your kit and shit. But I can tell you there were hotels that we stayed in where you lie down on the bed and your feet touch the wall. It was appalling. There was a hotel.
Were you in a shoebox?
No, it literally was, Adam. I mean, I shit you not. There was a hotel we stayed in Indonesia that was so new that one of my American friends, he turned on the shower in his room and the paint hadn't dried on the wall and it started to run off. And he thought he was molting because, not being racist, it was white. And he goes, oh, fuck, bro, what's going on here? But yeah, I mean...
Was that your white accent?
That was my 6 accent, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, you could lean against the wall and paint would come off on your shirt. And we stayed in there because it was $10 cheaper than staying at a slightly nicer place next door. So I would take an Airbnb over a shitty hotel
There you go.
any day.
Same, right here.
Same. But then back then, hotel prices were a lot cheaper. But now it's
ridiculous.
Man. It's too high for anyone's liking.
Can't you get sponsored, man?
No, I mean, I'm not the kind of person that, hey, I'm coming
Yes, you could. You could.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Joakim Timmy.
No, but I'm not like your... How would I say this? I'm not your...
Princess
Famous.
Princess famous / influencer with 100K following who's able to write into a PR
Wait, you've
company.
got 100,000 followers.
No, I don't.
How many do you... Wait, Timmy. Let's guess. Don't say anything.
What, Chinese auction?
Yeah, Chinese auction.
Okay, 50K.
40.
Yeah. No, 50K.
Fuck. Okay.
Now you must finish your drink.
But it took me 10 years of being on social media to get 50K, as compared to people that I know who work with who just took 6-7 months and bam,
Okay,
80K, 90K, 100K.
rude question. Were those attractive women?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
No, of course they are.
One bikini shot and bam, you're gold.
I think
If I had a bikini shot, I'd lose 2,000 followers.
Or you want to have Joakim with his sports t-shirt and no pants?
honestly, I feel social media is skewed towards number one, that attractive, beautiful lady.
Absolutely.
Or number two, a very good content creator. Like,
Yes.
I think these two really run the market on social media. And then for me, I'm a balance of, I try to be a good content creator or share my everyday life, which could be appealing or not appealing to whoever it is that follows me. So yeah, I don't think, I'm not the kind that will reach out for sponsorship, but if it happens, if anyone catches wind of me going
McDonald's.
Yeah, I would say McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Hey, you know
Joakim,
what?
you are a slut.
This one, I'm very open to it. The Quarter Pounder burger. If they get anybody else to endorse that burger, I'd be pissed.
Could they get you to endorse like their banana McFlurry?
Because I want to be a banana.
Because you want to be a banana.
Hey, guys,
There you go.
hey, I need complete silence right now. I'm really pissed off about the most recent Minions movie, because every time there's a Minions movie,
You fucking watched that?
no, I don't.
I'm sorry.
Timmy,
Yeah.
Timmy, complete silence.
Sorry. I'm just going to keep drinking.
So every Minions movie, there'll be the Banana McFlurry, and this is the most recent one. As the only reason I look forward to that fucking movie, and they did not have the Banana McFlurry this year, and I'm royally pissed off.
Oh no.
So that one is something that I'm really passionate about.
Why don't you ask the future McDonald's?
Yeah,
brand
Joakim.
No. Let's not go there. I'm not the future or anything. But like I said, if the Quarter Pounder burger, which I've openly, in your words, slutted myself out for that burger. If they get anybody else, I call foul. I call bias or unfairness.
Why are you so passionate about it?
No, I love the Quarter Pounder burger. And I remember back in, I think it was 2016 or 2017, or was it 2018, when McDonald's...
Pick a date, why don't
Yeah,
you?
why
It
don't
could
you?
be these 3 years. I don't want to pick one because of
Pre-COVID.
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 That's the correct way of saying it now. When they announced the Quarter Pounder burger is no longer here in Singapore, I went, why? It's the best thing on your menu. Second to maybe say nuggets, maybe.
Right.
Like a snack. And then they say, oh, we have the Angus cheeseburger that
Yeah, you were like, fuck you.
it has the bun without the sesame seed. And I went, no, it's different. It doesn't taste the same. So now with the Quarter Pounder burger being experimented here in Singapore, the moment they make it available to the entire nation, I go, guys, I'm your guy. I'm your Quarter Pounder guy. So yeah, I'm passionate about brands I want to work with. I think this one, you got to give it to me. Like the brands, no, honestly, yes, I'm openly saying this. The brands that I want to work with and have worked with are brands that I've actually used in everyday life.
Yes, absolutely.
And stood by. Like we got Adidas, we got Lazada, which I shop on that, for example. So many other brands like PlayStation that I've worked with, Lego. These things I stand by and I vouch for these brands. Yeah.
And I think that's so key for people in the influencer space or in the sort of product placement, marketing, social media place, that the consumer and your general member of public is going to get a sense of sincerity and a certain amount of genuine passion for a product when you actually do when you do use it and you do stick by it, because there are so many influencers or celebrities, loose quote celebrities these days, who just take gigs or take endorsements,
and it ruins who you are. I think
it does. It cheapens your product. So I'm fully on board with the Joakim thing, because I don't have a lot of brands that work with me, but the ones that do, I genuinely care about, and I have
Hugo Boss.
Well, I mean,
nice shirt.
I mean, Boss for one, because they came on board when literally I had nothing, and I think the reason why I got along really well with Boss was because I was on Fox, and I mean, when I started on TV, I had 2 suits, and they were both from, I think one was from G2000, one was from Zara. I just bought them for weddings. Yeah. But I needed a suit to go interview a very important, I had a very important interview in Vietnam. And I got introduced to the MD of Hugo Boss at the time, and we just got to hang out and play golf. And he said, sure, we'll take care of your suit. So I did that. They loaned me a suit. I was really grateful for it, returned it. And then we had drinks and another game of golf. And he said, you know what, let's work together. And I said, well, what the hell does that mean? I mean, I've just kind of been shoved into this thing. And as a professional golfer, I had limited amount of sponsors. And I still take care of those sponsors to this day, because they backed me when I had nothing. And I remember the reason, and I think I still hold this true to any brand I work with now, is there is no contract, which I know legal people will tear their hair out.
No, I get it.
No, you need to protect yourself. I go, no. The reason why I've been with Boss for 6-7 years at this point is because we sat there having drinks. Have another sip of that rum, Adam. You just made a face. It's because he sat there and he said, look, no agreements, no minimum from you, no minimum from us. We'll shake on it. It's a gentleman's agreement. You tell us what you need, we'll give that. And if we trust that you're not going to take more than what you need, and we believe that you will do right by our product. And
that's amazing.
And I did that for 5 years. And then when they needed a golf business consultant to come on at the end of 2020, they rang me up and said, look, we want to put you on payroll. We're going to keep the same arrangement, but would you like to come and do this? And I said 100%. And is it for money that I think is below what I would charge everyone else? 100%.
Yeah.
But because of that rapport and because of that relationship, the money doesn't matter. I'm doing good by them and they're doing good by me. And I just wish that more people took that into account and more people had that same philosophy when it came to working with brands. Because, you know, for example, XYZ brand could come and say, come and endorse our product. And I go, I've never fucking used your product in your life. We're going to give you this much money. Cool. That money sounds great, but I've never used your product. So people will be able to suss out. Their bullshit meters will go off the charts if I start pushing this. Then
again, the networking space and opportunities like these here in a place as small as Singapore.
Yeah.
It comes few and far between. I used to... I'm going to be honest. I used to... he's pouring me another glass of rum.
Timbo.
I used to shit on these people, but then I realized, hey, we must not forget it's also a business. Like, if Adidas were to approach me, for example, to attend an event, and I'm paid for an event, and then tomorrow Nike offers me a $20,000 contract.
Yeah.
As a young creator here in Singapore, which benefits me more?
Cognitive dissonance.
So you would think about it, and then that's why on Instagram you might see the same person attend an event for Adidas, and then there's
Under Armour,
and then
Puma,
and then Nike. So I think they're just making themselves be seen.
Notice we didn't mention Reebok.
I mean, if you think about it, Reebok is like the little sister of Adidas.
Yes,
so I
it
think
is.
they're almost like tied in. So it's all about networking and seeing who picks me up, who is able to
Does
use
right by you. Yeah.
Exactly, and which brand sits well with me and which brand offers me a good deal, and I'll go with them. Yeah, but whether they tie me to an exclusive contract, it remains to be seen.
Can I ask, do you guys still enjoy what you do?
Tim, I do. I love it.
No, 100%. I wake up every day feeling so blessed that I get to spend time with my peers in the professional golf space who I have grown up with or met through the sport. I get to tell their stories. I get to travel with them and be a part of that ecosystem, even though my golf skills are nowhere near where they need to be to compete with them.
Don't say that.
I get to live the dream because I don't ever feel like I'm working, and I think that's where everyone aspires to be, where you get paid to do something that you enjoy. And I think Joakim feels exactly the same way, that
Same
you
as
get
me.
to you get to plug in and nobody cares about you, Adam. It's not like it's your podcast.
This is my show.
Drink your rum. It's evaporating faster than you can drink it. No, but I think Joakim feels the exact same
Yeah,
way,
for sure.
where you feel blessed and it's not a chore to go to work.
Like, it's strange because I was just talking to Singapore Chinese Girls School earlier today, this date of recording.
Oh,
I was
cool.
having a 987 sharing session, and I told them, and somebody asked me, who inspired you or what made you want to become a DJ or like an NDP host.
They always ask those kind of questions.
They do, and I
Yeah.
love sharing. I really love sharing my journey. Hope to inspire someone who's even listening to this podcast. Welcome to the tribe.
I'm so sorry for the swearing. You can still be a MediaCorp DJ. Just
sorry,
don't
lady.
swear.
Yeah. You realize it's Adam and Tim that's doing all the swearing. I'm
Joakim
just
has not sworn once.
chilling with my rum. No, I was saying it's surreal how this one man I grew up idolizing and calling my hero, Gurmit Singh, who you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And I've hosted an NDP with him. I've worked with him, and
Yeah.
I can say I've worked with him. I even played Dota with the guy a long time
And you
ago.
interviewed David Beckham as well.
Yeah, that interview changed everything for
Yeah.
me, I feel. And that was one of the highlights of my career. And you see, the thing about Beckham is I don't know whether was he entirely comfortable or was it the media persona that is
Right.
David Beckham. But having had him next to me and speaking to him, asking him questions, being calm next to him, I think it more or less also gave me that sense of, hey, I think I've worked hard and I become good at what I do.
Yeah.
And it's and I echo Tim's sentiment about how it's a blessing to do what you do for a living. So yeah, I'm never taking this job for granted. I'm never taking reinvention for granted because there's only so many times I can do the same thing on 987 before people get bored of me. So yeah.
But I think the key with your whole David Beckham moment, and I remember following it on IG, and I thought,
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
I felt so proud and so happy for you because I know how much that meant to you. I think no one earned it and deserved it more than you did to
No,
be
man.
sitting there
Hey,
and sitting in that spot.
I take this compliment from you. I accept it. I'm allowing myself 5 seconds to feel good about myself.
We're not at Burning Man,
What
for the
the-
love
No,
of God. Just take the
here's
banana.
The reason, okay, so the thing about me is I'm my own critical parent or overly critical
Timmy and
self.
I are really critical of each other.
Yeah,
I'm very critical of Adam. Yes.
I criticize myself a lot, so I don't want to feel like I can rest on my laurels or feel, hey, Tim said this about me. I can relax now. No, I want to be on my toes and be on guard, at least till I'm 45 or 50.
I don't think that's very okay. So I don't think that's very healthy. Simply because I have the exact same thing as you, where when I published my novel, Timmy wanted to like celebrate me, so he brought me to a bar, and I remember that the whole time I was thinking, okay, what now? What now? Oh my god! Like I'm really mad at myself.
Would you agree it's the life of a creative?
I think so.
You're only as good as your previous work.
I think so.
You're constantly thinking about what you can do better, and I think that is our greatest inspiration, also our greatest curse. Because
There you go.
At the end of the day, every broadcast I do, I will look at my co-presenter who usually it's the same guy. It's a brilliant golf commentator, former professional called Dom Boulay. And I'll look at him and he's done it for 25 years. And I'll go, Dom, is there anything I could do better? And most of the time he'll go, no, it was fucking great. Just do it. But it leaves me with this sort of empty satisfaction of, okay, well, it must have gone well. But I almost wish that there were people that would just go, you know what, it was good, but try this, because that's the only way you learn. Because I explain to everyone who's ever asked me this question, how did you get into this spot?
Yeah.
No one ever goes to school to learn how to be a radio presenter and a host like Joakim, or a sports presenter and commentator like me.
Yeah.
You're just kind of shoved into the role through some weird twist of fate, and you either sink or swim.
Mm-hmm.
And you constantly have to try to evolve and learn how to get better at your craft, because like you said, at some point, if you continue status quo, someone is going to get tired of you.
Exactly.
People will get tired of you, and
Yeah.
then you're going to be replaceable. So how do you consistently improve? But there's no manual for that. No one has ever written a book like, okay, when you get to this point in your radio career, you then have to do XYZ. When you become this as a sports broadcaster, you do XYZ. It's up to you to find, which I think is the magic of the whole industry that we're in.
I was going to say, I'm so happy that all four of us in this room, Adam, Tim, myself, and Kevin, I think we get each other. We get each other as creatives.
Yeah, absolutely.
So hopefully if you are listening to this, you get us and how we feel as creatives as well.
Is there a number they can text to get to you at 987 Joakim?
Give Joakim's number right now.
90050987. That's our 987 WhatsApp.
I thought it was
I thought it was an actual number. I had to check my phone. I'm going, wait a minute, who have been talking to all this
Hello,
time?
ladies.
Is it your agent? I don't have an agent.
That's our 987 WhatsApp number. And trust me, we get all sorts of messages.
One more time for the good people at home.
90050987. There you go.
There you go. But yes, I know what you mean by you get all kinds of text messages, because I did a brief stint at
Lush?
No, at 93.8
yes, I remember
doing
that.
the news during COVID. I remember I had that magic, we call it the bat phone, right? Where all the numbers, where all the text messages come in, and we had some crazy message. I'm saying, my God, people actually listening to me reading the traffic report, because it doesn't change very much every 20 minutes. But yeah, I mean, text Joakim. God, give the man something to work with. He's in the studio at 4:45 in the morning. He needs some inspiration, needs some help.
Okay, one last question for you guys is, if you weren't doing what you do, what would you guys want to try to achieve or experiment with?
I think I would have become an accountant.
That's the most boring
I know.
answer.
What the hell?
Ice water, accountant boy.
Ice water. He's making fun of my drink choice now. No,
I've got rum here.
Ooh, it's Friday night. Let's have some oolong tea.
Let's go, boys.
Thanks.
No, I'm the same as you.
Thank you, Wiz. No. I would say accountant because it was something I was very good at in secondary school. Like, it was the subject I got A1 for all the time. And I even helped my friends who were in ITE, who were studying accounting, in poly as well. When they were studying accounting, they learned the basics of it. And I went, oh, this is how you balance a balance sheet. And I enjoyed the feeling balancing a trading account, profit and loss, and the balance sheet account gave me. So I think I might have pursued that because I knew I was good at that, and I might have had a future with that. So yeah, maybe an accountant. But I know, number one, it's a stressful job. Number two, it's also the most boring job unless you work for the big four here in Singapore. So yeah, we will see. In a parallel universe, there's a Joakim Gomez that's an accountant with, I don't know, E&Y or P&G or something.
Awesome.
Or Pricewaterhouse. Yeah.
I actually find that quite interesting, because being an accountant, because as creatives, the path before us is so open to interpretation. But for me, accountancy and numbers and finance, it's very binary. You're either right or you're wrong. And I find it very interesting that that is your alternative reality.
I know.
Because as a creative, there's almost no right or wrong. It's just how you are in the present moment.
At least I'm glad that it's both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
One is a very creative person, and one, according to Tim, so it's very binary. I feel.
Binary.
Yeah.
Tim,
with numbers. Yeah, Tim, your answer.
Yeah.
I would be Tim Minchin. You don't know who you're giving me this glazed over look. No, I'm
just drunk.
He's a
with 4 sips or
Adam,
5 sips.
Adam,
it's your first glass. I'm on 3.
Yeah, we're both on 3. No, I think I would be. I would have loved, and I cannot sing for the life of me. I cannot sing properly. Joakim's busy taking a selfie.
It's a B-reel.
All right, okay. Just Give us a second, listeners. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
I would.
Am I joking?
I would want to be. I would have loved to have been on Broadway. I've always loved musicals.
That is the answer I thought you would say.
Yeah, I think that is something that I would have relished, just jumping on stage, singing my heart out, telling a story 8 times a week. Yeah, I think I would have loved, in a parallel universe, when I had some talent musically and acting wise, I would have loved to have been a Broadway performer. But only villains, because villains get the best parts.
Javert.
Scar.
No, not
Les Miserables.
Not
no?
Javert. Although Adam and I have had this conversation several times, but we can relive it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Joakim, top 3 Disney movies. Go.
And top 3 favorite villains.
Okay. Dumbo. Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Dumbo? Who's the bad guy in Dumbo?
Oh, wait. So villains in Disney movies.
Okay,
No.
Go
3
Disney
favorite Disney movies
You
and then
like
3 favorite
Dumbo?
villains.
I love Dumbo. It made me cry. Okay.
The mom scene when
Because
she's...
I'm very attached to my mom.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
all right.
Yeah, okay,
that made
fair,
me
fair.
feel things.
sure.
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it gave me
Hellfire.
my favorite Disney villain, Frollo.
Yeah. Frollo's good.
Frollo's
Such
great.
a dark
He's a
character.
fucking evil.
Hellfire is one of the most underrated songs in the entire Disney
And
universe.
it's so... Yeah.
Like as
absolute evil.
a 9-year-old, I couldn't understand shit
couldn't
about
either.
Frollo's character.
Frollo
arc.
was horny as hell, by
But
the way.
now I'm like, wow, this guy is feeling lots of... Okay, and
Yeah.
then the Lion King.
Oh, good for you.
I would
Yeah.
say Beauty and the Beast, but I don't know. Lion King takes it over for me. man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I usually go Hercules
Yep.
because Hades is the best.
Hades was fun.
Hades is like-
Hades never sings, which is my big regret about
best
Hercules.
drag queen of all time.
Hades is the best, and I know Joakim and I have both had very bold hair choices in the last decade or so.
Yes.
Certainly more than Adam, who's only ever had black hair.
How dare you? Dark brown.
Hades, I did do a blue mohawk for Hades one year, so I would go Hades. And then probably Aladdin, and then maybe it's a toss up between Beauty and the Beast and Lion King. I just think Beauty and the Beast is a better song, so I go Beauty and the Beast, and I would want to
Villain.
be guest on Broadway.
You would be a
because,
great guest on, actually.
I need to hit the gym a bit more because I've let myself go. I've got the dad bod now.
oh.
The fool, I'm afraid I've been thinking. A
Dangerous prospect, I know. Oh my god, are we gonna do this? We should do it now. We should do it now.
Go ahead. Wait, for me, it would... I think you know this. Aladdin, Lion King, and probably...
Princess and the Frog, because you like Dr. Facilier.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, fine, Timmy. Yeah, you know me. You know me.
I was gonna say, I think before Frollo, the Disney villain that scared me the most was the stepmom in Cinderella.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Rapunzel. Yeah.
No,
but-
or stepmom, or
No, that's for kids. Rapunzel's
or,
for kids.
or
It's just-
Ursula from Little Mermaid. I think she scared me a lot when
body language.
when she became the big giant, whatever she is.
Actually, there's a good bit. So, when Adam, there was a brief time that I got Adam his first gig back
At
in
Fox
Singapore.
Sports, yeah.
When I was at Fox, and they said we need writers and stuff. So I reached out to Adam and I said, hey, do you want to come do this? They're going to pay you X amount, and I would give him a ride home in my midlife crisis. The first car I ever bought was a 2-seater convertible because I was single and I had nothing better to do with my money. So I bought. So I had this 2-seater convertible, and I would drop him back home every day, and then we would. Well, not we. I would play Disney music, and then he
with
would
the
just,
top down.
with the top down,
Yeah,
and he would
top
just
down.
gleefully record me singing as a grown adult man with makeup on my face after a 7-hour-long shift, with lots of hair product, and we'd be singing "Part of Your World" by Jodie Bronson in the original Little Mermaid.
Those are good times.
Which was good. But yeah, I think, okay, so Joakim, if you could be, I mean, the first time I ever saw you was on stage in a musical.
Yeah.
What is your dream musical role?
Jean Valjean.
Oi.
I think
24601.
24601.
I think Les Miserables is one of my favorite plays ever. I think I'll go with Jean Valjean. That's a dream role, and the vocal range, the emotional capacity, the spectrum, the acting ability to play it, I think it requires a lot from someone, and I want to live up to that standard that people like Hugh Jackman or even
I would soil myself if Hugh Jackman walked in the room right now.
Or Cole Wilkinson, who was the original
Cole Wilkinson, yes.
Jean Valjean
yes.
to play that role. Yeah.
I would love to be Phantom if I was a serious actor. but-
Gerard Butler Phantom or
No.
Gerald Butler Phantom.
Either Michael Crawford or Ramin Karimloo.
There we go. Good names. Good names.
That would be it. But I know I'm not serious enough to be the Phantom because no one would take me seriously. So I either
You couldn't stop smiling as the
no,
Phantom.
I would not. I would be I would be. I'm trying to think. It escapes me right now. But who's the Mormon in Book of Mormon that sings "Turn It Off"?
Oh my god.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
That's a great role for
Just
you.
go click.
Yeah.
It's a cool little Mormon trick. No, it's not Elder Price, not Elder Cunningham.
It's one of the elders.
It's one of the elders.
I get it.
Or you know what? Just Gaston. I mean, that is me. Narcissistic, takes himself too seriously.
Eats a lot of eggs.
Yeah, but eats a lot of eggs, drinks a lot of ale, but just has a lot of fun. I think Gaston would be so much fun. If I was going to cross dress, I'd be Joanne in. No, I would be Maureen in Rent. If you've ever seen that.
Yeah, I have. Oh,
I've
Rent.
not watched Rent.
Because take me or leave me is one of my favorite songs from what is otherwise a very serious musical. A listener, if you're ever in the need for something like an emotional roller coaster but so uplifting at the end, go watch Rent because that was stellar. And I think Idina Menzel as Maureen is probably one of my favorite roles on Broadway. Or Elphaba in Wicked, if anyone wants to do a gender reverse.
I don't watch enough Broadway.
You are sad. Go on, Adam.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you guys so many more questions, but
No, go for it.
I'm afraid that our hour is up.
But your rum is still
Shut
there.
up.
You sad little man.
How many sips? 6 sips now?
I will pay for this.
I'll go for 7. I'll go.
There we go. 7.
Go on, Adam. You can rapid fire these. Come on. Joakim and I are professionals, right?
Okay,
rapid fire.
rapid
go.
fires? Go.
Joakim first, then me.
Okay. Do you have has there ever been a time you guys swore on mic?
No.
No.
Have you ever had your damn I've made it moment yet?
Yes.
Yes.
NDP.
Oh yeah, NDP. Good for you.
2015 SG50.
Just generally every day I work.
You are such a prick.
Oh my god.
Timmy has just stood up on the chair right now and thumped his chest. All right, what do you guys do to relax, recharge, or maybe, for example, Joakim jog for some inspiration?
I run and I game.
Drink copious amounts of rum.
What's the best compliment someone could ever give you?
You are the next Kermit.
Whoa, sick.
Only because I grew up idolizing that man.
Yeah.
And to hear it, I was like, wow, okay, but I want to focus on being the first Joakim.
There you
know what
go.
I mean? Tim.
You are not what I thought you would look like.
Was it Tanya?
Was it
No,
Tanya?
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
What's the best compliment someone could ever give you? You're not what I look like.
I trust you. I think that's the best compliment for me. I trust you.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
I think you can't better that. I trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you. Is it?
What's the toughest thing about doing what you do?
Public feedback.
Yeah, public feedback, and I think also the fact that what you put out there is going to be in this day and age immortalized for all time. So whether it's good, bad, or ugly, it's going to exist in the ether forever.
What gets under your skin?
Birds. I hate birds.
Really? Like
I
even
what?
pigeons?
I hate pigeons and crows because I was attacked by them when I was
Crows
younger.
scare me. I'm with you on that.
So
Crows
I
scare
hate
me.
pigeons and crows. Damn it, my chicken McCrispy $10 meal when I was 10. Anyway, Timmy.
No, please elaborate. What
No, go
So-
for it. I'm fascinated by the story.
It's quick fire. No, what happened was my mom gave me $15 to buy 2 chicken McCrispy meals back when I was 10, and this was the year 1998 when flash fry and steam marinade was still.
Oh,
like
I remember
characters,
this!
in the ad, right?
Yeah.
The chicken McCrispy has never been the same, and I'm
No,
so
that was
bitterly
when it was at the
disappointed.
best.
Yeah, it's the best.
It was the
McDonald's, if
best.
you're still listening, god damn it, sort your shit out.
Yeah, Joakim said so.
No. So what happened was back then across the street from where I live, there used to be McDonald's, and I bought it from there.
Yep.
I was walking home.
Yep.
I saw a crow hopping next to me. It wouldn't leave me, and I went, "Why are you following me? Okay, here's a fry. Take it and go and get lost."
That was a bad idea.
Bad idea because instinctively
He told his friends.
Yeah, he told his friends, and something told me to just turn back and look. 7 crows were flying towards me. I ran for dear life. One actually swiped past my head. One swiped past my top. One swiped at my neck. I
Oh
just
my god.
threw all my food down. I ran away and they attacked the food. So I was quite traumatized by that. So now, I mean, domesticated birds I'm okay with, but
Yeah.
crows and pigeons, hell no. Oh no.
Timbo.
Jeez.
Yeah, follow up that story.
Yeah, nothing quite as traumatizing as that. I think I get quite peeved, and I remember texting, joking about this a couple months ago when nepotism or certain favoritism takes precedence over good quality when it comes to getting gigs. And I think that's something that is very prevalent in our industry as
Absolutely.
creatives and as presenters, when you've got someone who may just look the part and is an empty vessel. As opposed to
You want to shout out anyone, Timmy?
oh no, I'm good. I don't do that, Adam. I'm classy like that. No, I think if you've, like Joakim and the David Beckham interview, if you've paid your dues and you've earned your spot, you should deserve that shot.
Yeah.
As opposed to, oh wow, you've got 7 million followers on Instagram. I think that's probably a good idea to give you the shot, even though you may be so far in depth. So I think undeserving people getting certain roles,
Yeah.
that's fine. I've always told everyone this: if someone clearly better than you or I,
Then they deserve it,
is,
right?
is up for a particular project or a gig, sure, go for it. I would listen to it. I would watch it. Go for it. But if someone who is clearly so much worse than you ends up getting that spot, that gets my goat.
Absolutely.
More quick fire, Adam. Come on.
Oh, this is actually the last one.
Boo.
So for anyone who's actually interested in going where you guys, going to the professions you guys go, what's a piece of advice you would like to give?
Be shit at your original profession and accidentally stumble into this.
Okay, that's Tim. For me, it's,
Joakim just wants to say, by the way, that wasn't me.
No,
I think genuinely my serious answer would be just stick to what you do what you love. And I think if you are so passionate about what you do and you are the best at it, someone who will recognize that talent will come along and give you an opportunity into a path. It may not be exactly where you are exactly where you want to go, but it would set you on the path to get to where you want to be. So just be true to yourself, do what you love, because if you do what you love, you'll never have to work a day in your life.
strange because mine's a summary of Tim's answer. The phrase "fake it till you make it"
Yeah.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I think people can tell now.
And
So,
people
yeah.
want to see when you're real, I think.
So replay Tim's answer for this podcast.
In a different voice, like
Yeah.
Joakim's voice.
But before we end, I need to just ask Joakim, you hosted something at the Astana recently, right?
Yes, I did.
Was that your first time hosting at the Astana?
No.
But it was a good experience.
It was because I've hosted for 3 different presidents now.
Wow.
Mr. S.R. Nathan, Dr. Tony Tan, and Madam Halima Yaakob.
And you have been asked back all 3 times.
No. Because the first 2 were actually when I was in the MDC.
They wanted cultural diversity. So they went, wow, let's go with Joakim Gomez.
I was in the Singapore Armed Forces Music and Drama Company. So I was their resident host and I had to host for them. And then this one was for Madam Halima Yaakob, President Halima Yaakob, as we call her here in Singapore.
Yes.
It was a volunteerism award that MediaCorp had a partnership with. And MediaCorp went, hey, does anybody want to host this? And I went, okay, I'll do it, just to, have that experience of hosting for VIPs again. And it went well. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I wish you told me that you were meeting President Halima Yaakob earlier, because I need to apologize to her for something.
What did you do?
What did you do?
I've only ever hosted for one president. It was the SICC May Day Charity Gala. And I'm on stage, and it's the first time I've ever hosted an event. I don't really do hosting, like hardly ever. I'm not like a Joakim that gets on stage with a mic all the time.
There's a great punchline or takeaway from this story. I'm waiting for that.
Okay, so I'm on stage, and obviously being presidential, she's got all the people there, and the committee that had put everything together said, okay, look, there'll be a briefing with all the people, right? Which you can attest to. Does happen. So you go, okay. The president has to be it has to leave at 9:00, not a minute longer. So, okay, that's fine. We will give you a signal when the president has to leave. Okay? And then your cue is to jump back on stage and go, let's thank the guest of honor, our president, Halima Yaakob. La-di-da-di-da, everyone stands up, claps, she takes her leave. But she was having such a good time, she wasn't leaving. Okay, and I never got the signal. And I kept looking over and nobody gave the signal to the stage manager. Stage manager never signaled me. So somewhere around like 9:20, stage manager gives me the look, right? Like, okay, it's time. I'm like, sweet, right. So we get on stage. And I go, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful evening. We unfortunately we have to say goodbye to our guest of honor. And please join me and rise and show our appreciation for the president gracing. Okay, and I look over at her table, and she's just about to tuck into dessert. Oh. And she's got her spoon right over this chocolate fondant. And she looks around in horror at her staff. But at this point, I have started a chain of events that cannot be undone because people are standing from all corners of the room and they're applauding. And now the people at her table are standing up and she's going, no, I just want this dessert. And so she's being forced up because the big bloody chair that she gets is being pulled out. And I'm going, oh, fuck. I've just evicted the president from dinner.
But it's not your fault.
It is not your fault.
You were told
not,
by the
Goodwill hunting, Timmy.
I felt
it is not your fault.
I felt so bad. And I got the stink eye from like her Secret Service people who were like, the president was about to have dinner. So she stood up and now she's being filed out without having ever tried this very excellent chocolate fondue. And apparently her husband wasn't even in the room. He was in the bathroom coming back. And because my buddy was walking out with her as the president of the club, he walks over to her and goes, oh, is it finished? And she goes, I guess so. And he goes, we're going home now. So if you had told me that you were hosting President Halima Yaqub at the Istana, I would have sent some chocolate fondant.
Shout out Mr. Muhammad Al-Habshi.
Yes, just for her to try. But I think I'm still the only sitting host who has ever ejected a current president out of a gala dinner. So I vehemently apologize, Madam President.
It's not your fault.
Goodwill hunting, Timmy.
It is now. Not. I feel terrible. And this is probably why I've never gotten another gig since then.
Oh, no.
On that beautiful, sincere note, I would like to thank the two of them for coming down here.
Shout out President Halima Yaqub.
Chill.
Halima! Sorry, yes.
Do you guys want to say where people can find you and what you guys have going on?
Tim?
I'm going to be in Morocco and Egypt for the next couple of weeks doing the Asian. So anytime you hear Asian Tour golf commentary, that's me, Korean ladies professional golf, and I'm here in bits and bobs, but I'm nowhere as available as Joakim.
Let me shout out Tim's Instagram, the Blonde Dragon.
The Blonde Dragon.
That's Tim's Instagram. And for me, if you're here in Singapore, it's 987 FM, or if you want to look for me on social media, on TikTok, on Twitter. I love Twitter, by the way. And Instagram, it's Joakim Gomez.
It's the purple mohawk. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not. It's Joakim Gomez.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you.
No, cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Are you going to finish this run before Christmas?
Number 9.
Okay.
This one.